The witch of Panay, they say, Capiz, is cursed. Beneath its serene rice fields and tranquil coastal towns lurk creatures of the night. Whether you believe in them or not is a choice born from either ignorance or bravery. But this isn't just a story. This is my truth. Let me take you back to 2019, when I decided to escape the clamor of Manila for a bit of rural charm. I had not visited my Lola in Panay Capiz in years, and nostalgia tugged at me like a child pulling at a parent's sleeve. But as soon as I stepped down from the jeepney, the nostalgic warmth quickly dissipated. The air felt heavy, thick with unspoken words. Neighbors eyed me with a mixture of curiosity and caution, as if I were a ghost who shouldn't be there. Even the children, usually so vibrant and full of laughter, tiptoed around, their faces painted with a strange fear. It was as if the entire barangay was holding its breath, arriving at my Lola's house sent a chill down my spine. It was just as I remembered, a quaint structure made of wood and nipa, weathered yet well kept. But my Lola? She was frailer, her vibrant spirit dimmed. Her skin was ghostly pale, and her eyes seemed to carry an ancient weight. Each evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, she would lock every window and light 3 candles by the door. Para di makapusakang manananggal, she whispered with a tremor in her voice. I chuckled nervously, thinking she was joking, spinning tales of the supernatural like the good old days. But then came the 3rd night. Sleep was elusive, the air turning frigid as the clock struck to 30 a.m. Suddenly, sounds sliced through the stillness, a rhythmic flapping, like giant wings beating against the roof. Wapak, wapak.
I froze,
body tense and heart racing. The curiosity, however, gnawed at me like a relentless puppy. I tiptoed to the window, heart pounding in my ears, and peered through the wooden slats. What I saw was enough to freeze time. A woman? No, not quite a woman. Hovered just above the eaves. Half her body was missing, her long hair cascading like dark seaweed. Her eyes glowed an unholy red, and her insides, grotesquely exposed, dripped black blood like ink spilling from a broken pen. My breath hitched. I was paralyzed, rooted to the spot, until her head turned sharply toward me, a grin spreading across her face that sent terror curling in my stomach. I dropped to the floor and scrambled towards my Lola's room, heart racing like a trapped bird. She was awake, as if she had anticipated my return. Don't scream, she instructed softly, her voice like a soothing balm. Don't let her know you're afraid. With practiced hands, she sprinkled a mix of black ash and salt across the threshold, creating an impassable barrier. Then, to my utter bewilderment, she handed me a bitter green concoction that made my tongue feel like it had fallen asleep. The world blurred around me, and the last thing I remembered was the comforting sound of my Lola's voice fading into darkness. The next morning, a fever clutched at my bones, but miraculously, I was alive. The weight of the night still clung to me, but I had escaped. Later that day, the barangay captain made a solemn visit, his expression grave. You're lucky she only hovered. She usually takes hearts, he said, his voice like a low hum of thunder. Who is she? I stammered, dread pooling in my stomach. The captain's gaze shifted past me, pointing across the rice fields with a finger that seemed to tremble. Your neighbor? Aling Marta. We've buried her 3 times already. But she always comes back. I left Capiz the next day, my heart heavier than I could bear. I had been shaken to my core, and I told myself that the city awaited me with open arms. Weeks later, a message arrived that turned my world upside down. My Lola was gone, found lifeless in her room. No wounds, no blood. Only a hollow cavity where her heart should have been. Some claimed it was a stroke. Others murmured it was just her time. But deep down, I felt an unsettling certainty. That night, the Manananggal hadn't come for me. No, she had come for the one who had protected me, the one who had given me strength. Capiz holds many secrets, and beneath its idyllic exterior it hides witches.